much almost everything. Our student here, are you a sophomore? Or?
Yeah, I'm
okay. Yeah, Prashant, he has an interest, just like probably all of us, in understanding a bit more about this cryptocurrency, right? That's how we call it, right? Especially Bitcoin. There are other um, virtual coins beside Bitcoin, maybe you'll mention. So the question would be how actually we can use machine learning and AI techniques to make sound valid predictions regarding volatility of these coins, okay, virtual coins. Okay, so to start, I know that your presentation is full of information, very dense, so we'll be listening. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Prashant Basyal, and I'm a sophomore. My major is computer science, and I have a minor in mathematics. And for this project, I have been guided by Dr. Arup, Ghosh and Trifas, and I'm really helpful for that thing and grateful for that thing. The topic for the presentation is the machine learning race can algorithm truly predicts bitcoins and volatility. And going behind, the background for this project, presentation, I did a project during a winter break, and this presentation is the outcome of that project. Before starting anything, I would like to drop a question among all the audience. Has anyone ever traded or did a transaction in Bitcoin?
What is a Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. One of the most decentralized cryptocurrency, and from my perspective and my research, I would call it the one of the safest cryptocurrency out of all cryptocurrencies.
I know at some point, but I may not remember exactly the year, it could have been around 2010 when students brought this in class. They said, do you know how Bitcoins are working? Right, are working. You know, the blockchain and Bitcoin kind of will tell us probably more about the timeline, but that's how I heard for the first time about Bitcoin. And we had a job candidate, we have a candidate on campus who wrote a book on like that I shared with you. So I started to read a bit more about the security issues. So, but I didn't trade.
The main concern regarding it is that the developer of the Bitcoin is still unknown. So that's one of the reasons for its volatility as well. And has anyone ever thought, can we ever predict the price of the Bitcoin by using ML?
Using what?
ML, machine learning algorithms, either a traditional algorithm or maybe the newer algorithm known as deep learning or RNNs.
I have former classmates and friends who are actually in New York doing this real time, so I just learn a bit by just talking to people, but we assume that it's not so simple to devise sound models, right? To actually make accurate predictions, because bad predictions we all can make.
And actually
we have
going
Dr. Cleveland here, who is the statistician, right?
Actually going further for this presentation, we'll be talking about the volatility models, factors, and that will be the main concern where we will be looking to how to predict the Bitcoin's price or any other cryptocurrency prices as well. So Bitcoin's price is highly volatile. It is one of the most decorated assets of this last decade, but it is highly volatile to do any kind of investment. In this presentation, we'll talk about the volatility factors, where there we'll be talking about the supply and demand, market sentiment, regulation, and news, and then we'll go forward for the ML models. We have two types of ML models, that is traditional algorithm and the deep learning models, and then we'll compare the model of ML model, how does the traditional algorithm predicts the things, and how does the deep learning predict the things. And then we'll make a conclusion based on that things. There are tons of things that we need to focus before making a prediction. Should we use ML to do finance trading by using for any other cryptocurrency, or especially for the Bitcoin only? Volatility factors. There are many volatility factors. Out of them, one is market sentiment, other is the supply and demand dynamics, and the one is whale activity. Out of these things, there are many other things as well, but these are the topmost priority that makes the movement in the market. While talking about the supply and demand, like any other asset, there is supply and demand in the Bitcoin as well. Whenever there is a high supply, the price of the Bitcoin tends to go down, and whenever there is a high demand, the price of the Bitcoin starts and go up. And for the market sentiments and influences, there are many examples how the market has been turned over by the influencer figures by using Twitter or any other things. For giving an example, during 2020 to 2021, not the Bitcoin, but the other coin named as a Dogecoin was highly influenced by one of the highly influenced person of this century. I mean, the Elon Musk, he was tweeting and hyping the Dogecoin at that time, and it raised from 0.08 cent to 0.72 cent, and that was the all-time high of the Dogecoin as well. And the market sentiment influences highly on any of the cryptocurrency. And right now, there are different type of altcoins, which makes.
It was beside Bitcoin. Which one is also popular beside Bitcoin?
Actually,
we had Ethereum, right? Was that a coin also? No. Ethereum, like ETH.
Ethereum,
Yes.
Solana, those are the main coins where we create other altcoins. I mean, there are other, like these days we create a meme coin, or they call it a shit coin as well, where people can just invest and make money. And sometimes it's like casino as well, but actually, if it makes money sometimes. And these are market sentiments influences. Regulation and news. Whenever there is whenever government makes a good policy or any other things, then the price of the Bitcoin goes up. And whenever there is a certain things that happens in the global market, let's say at a time there was a time when China banned cryptocurrency mining, and at that time the price of the Bitcoin went down, inclining. I mean, it went down in the downhill. Besides that, there are.
Was that approximately? Remember?
I think it was 2015. I don't remember it exactly, but it was around 2015. And different geopolitical instability and tension between the one border and other border also create a surge to either rise or go down of the different cryptocurrency as well as Bitcoin. And in this project, I have used two of the methods to predict the price of the Bitcoin. One was the traditional method, and other was the deep learning models that we call as modern algorithms as well. And while looking at the pros and cons, one is quite faster, but is not accurate. But other one is slower, but is quite faster, but it needs a lot of resources. I mean, we're talking about all these things. Market sentiment, supply and demands, and volatility. This can be included in the modern learning, but that cannot be included in the traditional learning because those cannot capture it well. And the problem in the deep learning model is that it captures a lot of noise, and it's one of the cons as well. Traditional algorithm.
Someone won the Nobel Prize last year. The founder of deep learning, Professor Lacan from New York University. Professor Clinton and Professor Lacan.
And for the traditional learning method, I use decision trees. Decision trees make a prediction by making decision trees that makes by making a decision for it, and the ARIMA for doing a prediction. And for the deep learning method, I use RNNs and LSTMs to handle all the things from data that was captured. And checking between the model performance. Higher accuracy, complex data, and drawbacks. There was the higher accuracy in the model named ARIMA that is highly specialized for doing a time forecasting. And beside that, other models were not that able to capture all the predictions. And talking about the complex data, ARIMA was developed to capture all the complex data and do the time forecasting. Conclusion. Are we able to make a conclusion based on these things that can we use officially to predict Bitcoins or any other cryptocurrency data to make money? I think no. Because only on the base of the data from the closing and opening and closing price, we cannot make a proper conclusion about those things because we need a market sentiments to know about the things. We need to know about the influential person who can influence the market, and those things cannot be read by any of the ML models. We can make a prediction from the market sentiments by doing a sentiment analysis, but to do that for the big number of data from 2010 to this year is not quite easy because whenever we try to do any type of sentiment analysis, we do it by doing a positive, neutral, or negative, by making a 0, -1, or 1. But that's not quite easy because we cannot do it properly by doing by bringing it in the data because we need to scrap it completely from the 2010. So as a conclusion, I would like to say we cannot do the prediction from the MLs for the Bitcoin. Actually, this project was inspired by the movement. One of the YouTubers, I used to follow him for a quite long period of time while learning programming, and that's how this presentation was created. And that's all for today. I would like to have any other questions.
So between cryptocurrency and gold, which also the gold price is varying, but very likely it's not as
Gold?
volatile. Gold,
Mhm.
sorry, it's solid gold and gold. So probably it's more safe to invest in gold, right?
Yeah, it's quite safe to invest in gold.
Maybe time for one more question?
Oh, yeah. What are the accuracy percentages of both models?
Can I hear the
What are the accuracy percentages of both models?
ARIMA and LSTM?
Yeah, like you said, traditional models predict about volatility and new models. Like you have the accuracy percentage for both of them?
Yeah, I do have it. I mean, I do have the codes over here as well. If we want to look at them, actually, this is the LSTM models, and this is one of the model. Actually, it stands for long short-term memory, LSTM, and this graph says how does the, how it is learning, how the model is learning, and whenever it is going down, it is not learning properly, and we can see the price range difference. That's $20,000. I mean, actually, I have not fine-tuned any of the models. It's just doing using epochs and everything. So it is $20,000 of difference, and that's quite huge.
Let's give a round of applause for our speaker.